Hello friends, wizards, witches, and muggles. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing really well. So many of you guys asked me to turn this into a series, so here we are. If you've not seen the last one, click the information card above. Today we're going to be looking at some of the little details you may have missed in Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. And if you already know some of them, then 10 points to your Hogwarts house. Let's kick this off with a really cool detail, one which I certainly missed. If you watch very carefully during the dueling scene between Harry and Draco, in the part where Snape is helping Draco back onto his feet, if you look to the left of the screen, here, you can spot one of the camera crew in the background. If we make it a little bit brighter, we can see them really clearly. I wonder what his name is. You really do have to know what you're looking for to notice this, which is why I imagine it was left in the final cut. Mistakes do happen after all.
Do you think it's true? Do you think there really is a Chamber of Secrets?
I'm a really big fan of costume design when it comes to the Wizarding World. They do some really clever stuff with it throughout the entire series. Here, for example, Ron Weasley's robes are noticeably more faded than Hermione's. This is because his clothes are much older and have been worn for many years. More often than not, the Weasleys have to purchase a lot of things second-hand, as they're unable to afford to buy them new.
Draco's told me all about you and your parents.
Now, some of you may think this one is really obvious, but I certainly didn't notice this the first time I watched the movie. Whilst in Flourish and Blots, you can actually see the exact moment that Ginny receives Tom Riddle's diary. Keep your eyes peeled here. Notice how many books Lucius Malfoy initially takes out of Ginny's cauldron. Now pay attention to how many he places back. He replaced one book with two. Recognize the new book? That's right, this is Tom Riddle's diary. Naughty Daddy Malfoy planting things in people's cauldrons.
Dobby?
Master has given Dobby a shock.
Staying with Daddy Malfoy for a moment, he's always causing trouble. After Harry tricked Lucius into freeing Dobby, he starts the incantation of the killing curse, Avada Kedavra. Fortunately, Dobby protects Harry before Lucius can finish the spell. Imagine if Lucius had just killed Harry there and then at Hogwarts. A bit of a dark thought.
Your parents were meddlesome fools too.
One of my favourite Weasley props is the beautiful family clock. We've all seen it, we've all wanted one. I absolutely love the fact that Fred and George share a clock arm, meaning that the Weasleys couldn't imagine a moment where the twins would be apart. I know what you're all thinking, and we don't talk about it. Another little detail about the Weasley clock is the clock arms themselves. Was it just me that thought that they were spoons? Anybody else? No? Okay, well, they're actually scissors. You know, the handly bit that you put your fingers through, those bits. Also, I've always wondered why it has dentist as one of the locations on the clock. If we focus on a scene in The Half-Blood Prince for a second, at Professor Slughorn's party, he seems curious about dentists.
My parents are dentists. They attend to people's teeth.
Fascinating.
Almost as though he had never heard of one, suggesting that they don't exist in the Wizarding World. That, or Slughorn and everyone else at the dining table has terrible dental hygiene. The possible explanation for this is that Arthur Weasley is a massive Muggle enthusiast. What are your thoughts about this?
Could I have your attention, please?
Professor McGonagall's classroom has a little something you may not have noticed. Did you spot that one of the blackboards is written completely backwards? At first, I thought this could have been a post-production error and they flipped the footage, but that appears not to be the case. If you look in one of the wider shots, she has two boards and they seem to be mirrored. Well, now I'm even more curious.
Professor, we have some information for you.
Next up, Gilderoy Lockhart, the 5-time winner of Witch Weekly's Most Charming Smile Award. As he attempts to flee Hogwarts, he begins frantically packing his belongings. It's here that you can see he has a wig. Bizarrely, this seems to be his own hairstyle. And this makes me wonder if he has hair issues or he just likes to stare at a model of it all day. I'm mainly interested because Gilderoy Lockhart invented hair products. One of those being an Occamy egg shampoo that guaranteed lustrous locks of hair, one of his few claims that proved to be true. Or maybe not, if he needs a wig. What are your thoughts? Why did Lockhart have a wig?
Hello, Harry. You alright?
This one is a little more obscure. Did you ever wonder why Hagrid was carrying a dead rooster? Well, did you know one of a basilisk's biggest weaknesses is the crowing of a rooster? In fact, it's fatal to them. A bit of a strange weakness if you ask me. This is something that Hermione found out before she was petrified. It was information she discovered in the book Most Macabre Monstrosities. We only found out about it when Harry and Ron returned to Hermione in the hospital. Here, they discover that she had been holding onto a page from the book, full of information on it.
What's that?
While Ginny was being controlled by Tom through his diary, she killed the roosters so they weren't a danger to the basilisk. This would explain why in the book Ginny kept finding feathers all over her robes and why Hagrid was carrying a dead rooster here in the movie. So, those are some of the details I thought you may have missed from Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to give it a magical thumbs up. Also, if you have any important details we may have missed from the second movie, be sure to leave them in a comment down below. Thank you for watching, and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss the future episodes in this series. Bye guys!